Richie, I guess you played 3 matches now. What have you got out of your pre-season?
Yeah, it's been good. It's obviously it's what we're all here to do, is to play the game. So it's been great to get a couple of games under the belt and prepare for round one. But yeah, it's been a good pre-season. We've had quite a few numbers on the track, and it's obviously a bit different, learning a few new things, and obviously balancing that with your own individual kind of goals and improvements as well. So it's been a really enjoyable one.
Probably a good test on Saturday. What did you learn from that exam from the Sydney Swans?
Yeah, Swans are obviously a terrific side. They've been together for a number of years, and I think a team that a lot of other teams kind of try to, I suppose, mould themselves on. They're a very tight-knit team and play good footy, so we're really looking forward to the challenge. Obviously, last game before round one, so definitely took some positives out, and obviously room for improvements as well.
It's concerned you were still struggling to score. I guess that was the fear sort of coming into the season, and you had difficulties on the weekend. Is that an area that you'll sort of look to hone in on in the next sort of week or two before you play Hawthorn?
Yeah, it's obviously you take what you can out of games, and that's probably one thing. We can look to, I don't know, mix it up a bit up forward. I suppose it's only a practice match, so better that we find out now than I suppose round 1 or 2 or 3 into the season. So yeah, definitely something we're going to work on at training, and hopefully improve into round 1.
There would be any sort of general sense of what might be different from 2004, and obviously there's been turnover in the coaching structure. Would there be one thing you think, okay, this is going to be a different Lions team because of this?
I think we're definitely looking to be more consistent. So Lep has spoken about it quite a lot, was when we're just being in games more, so not being in a position to be 30, 40, 50 points behind and come back and try the miraculous win. We'd rather be in it closer, whether the game's more low scoring. It doesn't bother us. We just want to be more consistent and be able to move the ball forward, but be able to set up so that our defence is in place behind the ball, so we don't get scored, I suppose, against as much.
Is there a bit of frustration, like the season's starting at a launch and people are kicking off next week? You've got another week to sort of have to breathe and wait for your next game?
Yeah, you just kind of want to get in it. The pre-season can kind of drag on, and the boys just looking forward to getting into the real games. But yeah, it's going to be at the same time good to sit back and see a few changes and see our teams kind of match up for the 2014 season.
Just your own role, Daniel. Look, you made your name as a midfielder, but Justin's used you a little bit in the back line. How will that evolve, and has he given you any indication of where you'll sort of settle through the season?
Yeah, I suppose it's important to be able to have a few strings to your bow. Probably generally midfield, but obviously being able to play half back and even half forward as well. It's just a good thing to be able to mix it up during a game and kind of hopefully throw your oppositions out here and there. But yeah, to be able to play a variety of positions is always pretty helpful, and I'm looking forward to just mixing it up throughout the year.
I know you'll say you'll do whatever you have to for the team or whatever role you give them, but do you like that back half and trying to sort of set the play up, I suppose, from there?
Yeah, well, these days the way footy is, it's all pretty similar throughout that high half forward, high half back, midfield positions anyway. So they all relate to one another and all pretty important positions. So I'm looking forward to playing them all, to be honest.
And mate, what is there one sort of area you've had to work on this pre-season? I mean, you're sort of hovering around that, I guess, elite player status. What have you sort of tried to do to make that jump to the upper echelons?
Oh, there's always lots to work on. Yeah, you take can never play the perfect game. Everyone kind of hopes they can, so you take as much out of games and seasons. But there's obviously been a number of things: the endurance, the dealing with tags, and just the whole round consistency and trying to play the perfect game. But yeah, there'll always be that kind of striving and drive to play the perfect game. But it's probably unlikely that ever happen.